Woohoo! Thank
How's
you.
it going?
It's going great. Thank you.
You
Good
look great.
morning.
You look great, by the way.
I've got to represent with my vegan style, vegan
Vegans.
fashion head to toe.
Okay. What does that mean?
So, vegan fashion is essentially cruelty-free fashion. So,
Right.
it's all products that do not use any animal skin or fur or so it's free from wool, free from leather, free from silk. My shoes are Stella McCartney, which are vegan leather. Then I've got my Burberry leggings, which again are all
So,
man-made
so
fabrics.
Burberry are vegan.
No, Burberry is not a vegan brand, but they do have vegan products. So
Okay.
I used to be a vegan fashion blogger back in the day,
Okay.
a few years ago, and I used to really promote more kind of luxury vegan fashion because I wanted to show that fashion can be gorgeous, it can be luxurious, it can be stylish. It doesn't have to be all linen and, gray and beige. It can be fab.
So tell me, how do you get vegan leather?
So it depends. These days, you have a lot of materials that are made from nature. So you've got like mushroom leather, pineapple leather, apple leather. So these are all like actual byproducts of the industry. So pineapple leather is made from the leaves of pineapple.
Crazy.
It's unbelievable. So now, and then again, you have more synthetic materials that are used as well. So those are kind of more have a plastic origin. So obviously not great for the environment. But if you invest in one pair of Stella McCartney shoes, for example, like I'll be wearing these for life. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to wear them until they fall apart, and they don't. I've had these already for like years and they're going strong.
Hey,
So
is she sponsoring you right now?
I
She
should
should.
be sponsored, but no, but Stella McCartney is actually one of it's my favorite brand ever for fashion. And I actually work with Stella McCartney
Oh
and her
wow.
team. So I deliver a lot of motivational talks for her team and just help them to really step into their power, remember their, gratitude, mindset related work, a lot of, just a lot of like self awareness and empowerment.
How did that collaboration come about?
So that came about because as I said, okay, I went vegan like over a decade ago. And I initially went vegan. I was vegetarian for most of my life. I grew up in a family where my dad ate meat and my mother was a strict vegetarian from birth. So it was really up to me to choose my own path, and I chose a path of not eating meat when I was like 7 or 8 years of age. And that is because animals were my friends and it just didn't feel right to me. I always felt like a lot of just love and compassion for animals. So it didn't it was conflicting with my values to then consume growing up in America and, consuming hamburgers and pepperoni pizzas. That just didn't sit right with me. So I was vegetarian for many years. Then when I moved to London, that's when I started to learn about the leather and dairy industry. Because as a vegetarian, you still wear leather, wool, etc., and you still consume dairy.
Can I ask, what's wrong with wearing wool?
So wool is actually its own industry as well. So it's a bit like the leather industry. So the animals are very much mistreated when they are, leather. It's its own industry in itself. It's not a byproduct of the meat industry. The leather industry, it's its own. And with wool, the animals are very badly treated when their wool is being removed. They're sometimes kicked, stamped on, they bleed, they're cut. It's a very atrocious process as well. It's very cruel. So I don't wear wool. Leather, silk is made from boiling silkworms alive, so I don't wear silk either. I'm not saying I'm perfect, in every way, every in every element or aspect of my life, but I just do the best I can. I don't wear any animal products, and I live a fully vegan lifestyle. So that means with my cosmetics, my, skincare, with my food, choices, all of that is vegan. So veganism is a lifestyle. So going back to the Stella collaboration and how that happened, I actually, when I became vegan, so this was after looking at exposés on PETA. So if anyone is interested in learning more about the leather and wool industries, they can look at PETA and PETA's website. They have a lot of exposés where they've gone in to these farms and factories and they've uncovered the truth behind it. So after learning about that, I went vegan overnight, and then I started developing over time a passion for vegan fashion because I already was interested in fashion, looking good, feeling good through how I dress. And I wanted to then start switching and substituting all of my leather products and wool products for cruelty free products. So animal friendly products. And then that's when I learned about Stella McCartney. She's obviously a British born brand and, an absolute icon. And her brand is like the only luxury brand that doesn't have any leather whatsoever. So all of her bags, all of her shoes are all made from vegan leather.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. I
Oh
wanna
yeah, and sorry, and then and I didn't go on about how then we collaborated. So
Yes.
I started off as a customer. I got so into her stuff, I became a VIP customer and I would get invited to lots of like events and things. When they had the Stan Smith Adidas shoe collaboration, Stan Smith and Stella were there and they were signing their shoes. And, I used to get invited to these really cool events. And so I formed a relationship with the brand just from being a loyal customer and passionate about her brand and vegan fashion. And then I ended up years later, once I got into, motivational speaking, retreats, self empowerment, then I ended up actually, pitching my offering to her team, and then eventually, I did, and now I deliver talks at her headquarters in is it Notting Hill or Victoria? I think it's in no, sorry, in Notting Hill. Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, how did you get that courage and sort of confidence to go and speak to the owner of such a big brand? Like, what made you go, I can do this?
Well, it was her team, so I approached the team. But I got the confidence because okay, my life all fell into place when I found my purpose. When you find your purpose, what that is, it's you coming back to your true authentic self. When you're in alignment with who you really are, you just blossom because you're authentic. You're being yourself. And when you find that purpose, you're really comfortable with who you are. And that comfort in who you are, that is where confidence can bloom and blossom, right? Because you're being yourself. And if you're comfortable being yourself, you're confident. So my purpose really enabled me to find that assurity, self assurity of who I am, what I do, what I stand for. And then it was easier for me to go out there and chase my dreams and go out there and contact people and reach out to people who at one point in time I would have thought were out of my reach. But after doing a lot of self work, building myself up from within, then there was nothing that could stop me.
Hmm. There's a quote out there saying the hardest part of growing up is being yourself.
That's true. I love that quote. And it's only in time and with age that you become the person you were born to be. There's a famous quote by David Bowie as well, where he says, age is the extraordinary process of becoming the person you were born to be. And that's exactly what you said, just in different words. So it is with age, because it's only when I was approaching my late 30s that I found my purpose. I was so sick and tired of not living my potential and feeling stuck that I just had to take action and I had to change that reality. And that's when I started to do that inner work